I've noticed that like a person's mind, like if you if for example you feel overwhelmed by your problems, I really suggest writing them down on a piece of paper, because your mind makes things bigger in regards to everything. Like a dream, a fantasy, a horror, a fear. Your mind makes everything bigger. And I think when you write things down on a piece of paper, no matter how horrifying it is to read, whatever you've gone through, it makes it more like, it makes it smaller. You see what I mean? Because if you see it like on a piece of paper, like I'm sure, unless you have gigantic handwriting, it makes you feel like, oh wow, okay, maybe I can actually tackle this. So writing things down makes things more manageable and more easy to navigate, right? Whereas if you keep repeating the same thing in your mind, it makes it so painful and intolerable, you know? And don't write it down on a Word document on your computer. No. Write it down with your own hands. Do not type it out. Write it with your own hands. It makes it smaller. When you type it out, it doesn't do you good. You have to feel it, where you're like, okay, wow, this is like, my future is like in my hands. It gives you that kind of feeling, you know? Another thing, whatever's been taken away from you or whatever you never got in your life, I also suggest writing that down on a piece of paper and trying to tackle things into manageable goals. Like very small, like teeny tiny goals, like one goal at a time. And just cross it off the list. I suggest doing that. If you can break your trauma down into pieces, I suggest doing that as well. And like key moments that really hurt you. And if you can do this for your trauma, obstacles, and your goals, what you do is you make things a lot smaller than they actually are. And you realize you're creating your own destiny. And you realize you don't need drugs, alcohol, or a partner, really, to help save you, because you're saving yourself. You see what I mean?